Now, so that's what it probably was.
That works.
Because that's the normal window. Welcome to live chat. Remember to get. All right. Well, since you're on there, you can go on and give me a thumbs up, and you can say hi. Just say, hey, everyone. But that's how it normally looks. So, hello and welcome to Wednesday on the Hook with Cynthia. And there we go. Hey, Jen. Yay. You can still say hi.
I'm sorry. Hello.
No, I meant like on the phone in the chat.
That's what I was trying to do. I was on the wrong line.
So, you guys, I'm going to start our ladybug over. And if I do that, that'll pretty much take us to the 9:30 time frame. Never a dull moment here. So welcome in, welcome all to my crazy craft room. Jen says, hi, Todd. So I think what happened.
All right.
And there he says, hello, everyone. You said, hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
But there are also gals here. So
it's not
you could have just said, hey, everyone.
That's why I don't talk.
I love you. So I think what happened, and I hope everyone comes back. Oh, yes, I'm loving this now. Now I'm seeing everybody. Oh, great. We're back up, says Shirley. Yes, yes. And now you can talk to me. So far, 5 of the 8 of you that were on have come back. So hopefully everyone else will find us. Jen says he's just fine. Jen says you're fine, saying, hey, guys. All right. Oh, my gosh. So I think I know what happened. So, and this will make more sense later, but I already had YouTube pulled up. And I jumped on it to start the live, and I think it was working, but because it was, what did he says, thank you, Jen. I think that, yay, Roseanne's back. Hi, Roseanne. She says, hi again, everybody. Shirley says, you look so great. Glad you're doing so much better. Oh my gosh, my friend. Me too. Me too. Oh my gosh, I have missed y'all way too much. So anyway, I think what happened is it had been up for a long time on the computer and it just needed to be refreshed because the moment I signed out and got back on, everything was up as normal as it should be. So anyway, but one good thing that I found out when I signed off and signed back on and refreshed the page, oh my gosh, thank you for not only all your prayers, but I thank you for all my new subscribers. So I want to welcome everyone that is new. And if I have not had an opportunity to go to your YouTube page and welcome you to the family, just know that that will be coming soon as I continue to get back on my feet and get caught up. You guys, I am at 693 subscribers. That means I'm 7 away from 700. So tell your friends. Tell your friends, tell your sisters, tell your brothers. Oh my gosh, I am so close. So, hello, Tiger Dragon Girl. She says, hello, everyone. Roseanne says, hi, Robert. So they're all telling you hello. And Shirley says, yay. Oh, I love all the emojis. The little party favors and the party emoji. And Jen says, hi, Tiger. So, oh my gosh. Okay. So just in case, because I don't know what you could hear or what you could see, So I'm going to kind of back up and repeat it a little bit. And Roseanne says, hi, Tiger Dragon. And Shirley says, hello, Tiger Girl. Oh my goodness, it's so exciting to have some new people. And I love it. I love that all my friends that are with me week to week, I love the way that you guys just continue to just love on our new friends and welcome them in. And so continue to do that and give hugs, hugs. Roseanne says, welcome. Yes, yes, yes. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, because the last time before I really got sick, I remember I woke up on a Saturday and my subscribers were at 666. And I got onto Veronica's live and I said, look, I really don't like doing this, but can I please beg for some subscribers because I cannot have the devil's number as my subscriber count. And you guys, I'm at 693 since 14, 15, 16, 17 days ago. So thank you and welcome everyone. I know I've had a chance to go welcome some of you to our family. But again, if I haven't yet, please know that that little welcome note is coming and I cannot wait to deliver it. So I am slowly getting caught back up. So, which is why I'm going to explain to you real quick. My YouTube was already up and it's because I woke up at 10 o'clock yesterday morning. That was the first full day. That was Monday. No, that would be Tuesday because today's Wednesday. That was Tuesday. And that's when I felt like I was back to being Cynthia, joyful Cynthia. And so I came right into the studio and I got to work. I got all the comments answered and up to date, except for any that have come in today. And then I got many videos done. The Longmire video went out. Woo whoop! How about that? The body of our blanket is officially done. I am currently working on the border. I don't want to overwhelm you, so I'm not going to tell you how many rounds, but I will tell you I have accomplished 3 rounds. 2 rounds of the border. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Roseanne says, yay! So on the Longmire blanket really quick, got to take a deep breath. I'm so excited to be back with you guys. I've missed you so much. I still owe you guys a screenshot or a copy of the graph for those of you who wanted it for the dream catcher and the arrow portion of the blanket. So I plan on working on that tonight. And the thing is my old computer, which is not an old computer, will not use my scanner device anymore, my portable scanner. So my youngest son, don't you love it when your kids get like a really good job and they do well for themselves and then they can help you out? My youngest son, Tiger Dragon, says, I may leave early tonight. I have medical testing in the morning. I apologize in advance. Oh, no, but I'm just so happy you're here now. So thank you. And just let us know when you're going out because we would love to send you off with hugs. And Jen says, good luck to you. Absolutely. That's exciting. That's a very exciting career path. I work with a lot of doctors and nurses. I'm currently employed with the local hospital, and I work in the ER, Tiger. So if you didn't know that, and tell me really quick, also before you leave, if there's a name that you want us to specifically call you, and if you want to share your birthday. I'm real big about birthday shout outs. So let me know. And Shirley says, good luck with your testing. Absolutely. I know that's got to be an important exam, so you definitely need to get your rest for that. Hello, Miss Bree. She says, hey, 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 how are you? I am doing phenomenal, especially in this very moment because I'm back with you guys. Tiger Dragon says, thanks, guys. And Roseanne says, hi, Bree. Can't you just feel the love? Okay. So yesterday was Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. Last week I didn't know my name. This week I don't know what day of the week it is. So I guess I'm improving. So I woke up at 10 o'clock yesterday morning, Tuesday, and it was the best I had felt ever since I got sick. And so I came in the studio, and you guys, I worked until 9:30 this morning, non-stop, other than meals. And then at 9:30, I finally was like, I cannot stay awake any bit longer. I'm surprised my body lasted that long after what I had been through. But I stopped. I got some milk, made me a little tiny breakfast, ate, and then I went to bed. And I got up at 5 o'clock this afternoon. So, and I could have still slept. So that's a good sign for tonight. Although I do plan on working a little bit here in the studio. But I had left YouTube up. And so when I went and signed on, I think that's what happened is it had been up for so long that there was probably just a little bit of a glitch and it wasn't allowing live chats to come through. So Tiger Dragon Girl says, my name is Darla and you may call me Darla. Well, that is what we will do. And I am not back into my full routine, so I'm just going to grab my handy dandy Post-it notes here. So Darla, just so you know, for all of my subscribers, I do create a subscriber page in this wonderful butterfly notebook that I have, and you have your own special page. So I will be adding this information and anything that you would want to share with me that you don't want to share publicly, and I understand and respect that, you can always email me. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I kind of cleaned up my videos and I moved all of my contact information to my About page. That way, if I have to change up anything, I only have to change it in one place, and I don't have to worry about going through all of my hundreds of videos because, yes, even though I just celebrated my 1-year anniversary in March, I have over 400 and something videos. So it took a while to go pull that information out and change, where to find it. And I thought, oh my gosh, can you imagine when I get thousands of videos and as many as I do with the Morning Joy blogs? I was like, yeah, this is a better idea. So you're welcome to go to my About page and email me your birthday or anything like that. All right. So let me add this on. Okay. Let me catch up on the chat and then we'll go forward. Jen says, hi, Bree. Shirley says, hey, Bree. Jen says, hi, Darla. Bree says, it's been a while, ladies. I know. Darla says, Jen, I believe I may have seen you over at Triple C's channel. Jen says, yes, I tried to get around on the YouTube streets. Darla says, my name is much less of a mouthful than my channel name. That is okay. Jen says, Darla, I have seen you around a lot too. Jen says, did you make a playlist for Longmire blanket videos? That would be helpful. I did. Before I got sick, I did. And it was so easy. Like, I was amazed at how easy it was. Because you have to remember, even though I've been now a content creator and I've been on YouTube for a year now, I'm still learning things. And even tonight's little whoop, I learned something and I learned how to be able to do something. I even learned how to slow the chats down. I learned how to speed them up. So maybe when we're doing movie night, I can now speed the chat up a little bit so that maybe when you guys plug in your answers that it comes in more true to time than what it is now. So we'll see. We'll have to play around with it. So it's still a learning process. But yes, I did, Jen. The only one that is not currently in there is the one that aired this morning for Monday. So I have to add that one. But yes, I did. Darla says, speaking of Longmire, the guy that plays Walt Longmire is total eye candy. Oh, Darla, you have to come join us on Friday nights at 9 o'clock. That's when we discuss Longmire. We are almost finished. You will love it. Oh my goodness. We have just 6 episodes left. We do 2 episodes a night. And so we are in the final season. So we only have 3 more Fridays of discussing Longmire. And then we'll start our new movie series. So would love to have you come join us for that. But to answer your question, yes, he is very much some eye candy. Roseanne says, yes, Darla, he is. So, okay, before I back up to the projects I was showing you, and you know, we're supposed to be crocheting, but first off too, guys, my mouth is getting dry really quick. So I'm going to take a sip of my tea, but I do plan on telling you about it because that's some of the highlight of what I'm going to share later on. That is so good. And that is compliments to Kelly Platter right there. Oh my gosh. Roseanne says Branch was too. Darla says, I have heard his real accent, which is Australian. Swoon. Yes, he is Australian. You are very, very correct. Oh my gosh. And I could listen to someone with an Australian, an Irish accent. Oh my gosh, all of those. A British. I could just melt. Just swoon over it. Yes, I completely agree, Darla. Okay, so the elephant in the room, really quick. Because y'all know how I just don't like talking about this, but so apparently when I was in the hospital for my surgery, and because I have a few new people, I'm going to keep this as brief as possible, but for some of you, it is just over talked about information. But I went in and had back surgery. My surgery was scheduled for February 2nd. And unfortunately, I had to come out of work January 26th, a little bit early, because I just was struggling to walk. My back was in such severe pain. So on February 2nd, I had my surgery. It was supposed to last 4.5 hours long. Boom, bop, be done. 2 days later, go home. February 2nd, I was in surgery for 6.5 hours, and they completed that surgery on February the 4th, 2 days later, and I was in surgery for a couple more hours. I was under total anesthesia for a total of just under 18.5 hours. So that's a pretty long time to be almost near dead. I'm learning a lot. My 2 days stay in the hospital turned into 7 days, and I did not come home from the hospital until literally a week after I went in. After the second surgery, I lost complete feeling and mobility in my right leg with the exception of my foot. it was always in my foot. So with that, I've always been able to walk with a walker or some kind of ambulatory assistance with a gait belt around my waist because of the fact that I did have feeling in the foot. Balance and all of that was not the greatest because I had no mobility, no strength. It has been amazingly, we're going into the 12th week, I believe, right now. And I am doing really good. The word on the street is I can now take up to 15 to 20 steps by myself with no walker, no ambulatory care or assistance. It is great, but then that's about as far as I can go because then I have literally no energy to take the next step. But that is woo woo for sure. But apparently while I was in the hospital and I wore a catheter almost the entire time because obviously the leg and going into the groin was numb, I developed a UTI and no one knew. I had no signs. I had no signs whatsoever. We assumed that the bathroom issues that I was experiencing was due to nerve damage, and it was just going to have to take time for the nerves to wake up and decide, hey, we're going to feel things, we're going to do what we're supposed to do. And little did we know that there was a UTI going on. And of course, that infection was growing. And by the time I fell so ill last week and ended up with extremely high fever, it was in my bloodstream. I see messages coming in, so let me check them really quick. Oh, Roseanne says, praise the Lord. Shirley says, that is so great. You got this. Oh, thank y'all so much. And you know what? You know why I have this? Yes, I have my faith in God, but you guys have no idea. Like, I cannot begin. My husband always says, you pray, you do the speech, whatever, use your pretty words. You guys, I have no pretty words to express other than such a gratitude to you guys. You have truly been my inspiration. He's probably been my biggest cheerleader, so he's probably my coach. You guys have been my biggest cheerleaders. And I don't think that I would be where I'm at right now if it weren't for you, if it weren't for your prayers, your kind words, your phone calls, your text messages. I mean, all the behind the scene things that you have done, your happy mail, your cards, you just have been that rock for me. And I mean, you've kept my determination high. I've always been a fighter. I've never been a quitter. I've always thought positive. I try not to go negative. And even in my roughest days when I was so angry at myself, you guys just came in at the right time. You were my butterflies. You were my joy. I mean, you were everything more than I could have ever imagined. So, Shirley, I mean, I do have this because I have an amazing set of friends. And I hope each and every one of you right now will just put your arms around yourself and hug yourself because you guys deserve it. I mean, you are the inspiration I needed. And I can't take all the credit. I have to give it to where it's due, and it's you guys. So pat yourselves on the back, hug and squeeze yourselves very, very tightly because you deserve it. Jen says, let's use all caps so she can read it better. Yes, please do. My new glasses are in. Yay. They've texted me twice. They've called me twice. And I'm like, I'm coming on Saturday because I can't drive myself yet. So I have to wait for the hubby. We try not to take off any more work time than we have to, because starting next week, whoop, whoop, I go to outside physical therapy. See, it's just nothing but great positive things to say. I just don't like talking about myself all the time. And I just feel like I do it all the time. Finished home PT yesterday. They signed me off, and he was very, very happy with where I was at. He was happy to see me take those steps. My normal PT coach, Christy, she was able to see me walk with a cane for the first time the following Monday, which was the Monday that I was falling sick. And so that was her goal, was to be able to see that. And then Holland is like, I guess, the one that does the initial setup, and then he does all the sign-offs. Or if your PT needs to be extended, he comes and does the evaluation. So I guess that's what he does. He does evaluations. And so he came yesterday, was very, very happy with where this girl is at, but also gave me that warning to remember that while the leg makes it very easy to be the focal point is the spine. So to quickly take a step back a minute. So I had back surgery because my spine was literally crushing my nerves. And so if I didn't have the surgery, if I just chose to ignore it, probably within 6 to 8 months, I would begin to be wheelchair bound. And by a year and a half, 2 years in, I would be totally crippled and could not do anything for myself, feed myself, nothing, and would probably not live much longer. So it was very a necessity that I had the surgery. The surgery, there was no cushion between the 4th and 5th disc. So they inserted a cage there after they pulled the disc out, cleaned them up, put them back in, inserted a cage to keep that separated and to keep the spine straight. Otherwise, I have a very nice straight spine. It's just the bone inside the spine was just growing and filling in and crushing, because your nerves run up through the center of the spine. So it was literally crushing on them. So they hollowed my spine out where that bone was so thick. And so there's a pretty good gap of spine. Probably the only reason I didn't wear a brace, according to PT, is because the leg kept me from, doing jumping jacks and bending over and doing things that I would bring great harm to the spine. Because with it being hollow like that, there's no bending, no twisting, no lifting, because that bone has to fill in. And I was last to the surgeon on April 27th, and that bone is filling in, and it's fusing to the cage, which is what they want. So, and the cage will also help keep it from, squishing and closing in. So everything is going great. But because I no longer have that back pain, I forget that I've had back surgery. But anyway, so yes, I got the UTI, and it basically spread to my bloodstream and caused me to have extremely high fever. And then I literally would go from having chills to I would wake up and I would be just drenched like I was getting out of a swimming pool. And I thought, oh, yes, the fever's broke. But no, it was just my body still fighting the infection. So I went through that shivering, sweating many, many times before the week was over. And it got to a point that it was so bad that we were literally having to wash the sheets in the bed every single day. And the good thing is I lost a lot of weight. And when I woke up to a lot of the swelling that was in the leg, that was preventing me from being able to do a lot more with it, was gone. So a lot of good things came out of that. And I've always been one that has said, I've never asked why me, God, like when I lost the ability to walk, because he already immediately began to show me why I was on that journey. And I quickly learned to embrace it. I am not going to ask him the same question either for last week, although it was scary. Like I I was ready Thursday night and Friday. I thought I was going to have to say goodbye to my family. I really thought I was going to spend Mother's Day with Jesus. But I didn't. And I'm still here. But I will not say, God, why did I have to go through that? Because when I say when I woke up, but when I came through it, and there's a lot about last week I don't remember except for my husband telling me, but you guys, there's been so many blessings from my physical body that put me there because of the surgery that I've had. And I'm now like physically walking. Yeah, I can only take 15, 20 steps, but I'm taking 15, 20 steps. Before that happened a week ago, I was struggling to walk with a cane. Like it just was not happening to the point they said, no, you're not ready. Now I'm not even using a cane. So, I'm not going to cry. I'm very happy. So no, I will not ask God, why me? Not at all. Because also, as you've seen in our morning joy blogs, he's teaching us about obedience, and he's teaching us about strength, and he's teaching us about patience. And he will soon be tackling on one of my other weaknesses, which is worry. I don't know about you, so that's coming. But anyway, so I'm very blessed. So that's what happened. And let's move on. Jen, hello, Kelly. She says, oh my gosh, I'm so late. Not really, because we had some technical issues in the beginning. So, and you know this whole story about my journey. So, because you've been one that's been faithful about calling me the whole time. So yeah, I know you don't want to hear all that again, because I don't like hearing it. So you are just on time, my friend. Jen says, yay, I'm so glad you're doing better. Me too, Jen. Jen says, hi, Kelly. Kelly says, hey, everyone. Roseanne says, hi, Kelly. Roseanne says, yes, he is. Talking about the Lord, yes. And Darla says, your sharing of your joyfulness is making me joyful. Thank you for that. Oh my gosh, Darla, that just makes my heart smile so big. And thank you, because that is my only goal with my channel, is to bring joy. So moving on, Kelly, we already talked about you, my friend. Guess what I am drinking? So let's just jump into that, and then we'll get back to those projects. Oh my gosh, that is so good. I have not tried it cold yet. I've only been drinking it as hot, but I do have some set aside to do as cold. So, a sweet little gift from Kelly to help get better. She sent me some cinnamon apple chamomile. It says a warm, spicy blend of chamomile, cinnamon, and crisp apple flavor. You guys, apple cinnamon, and I can't even believe this. I'm drawing a blank. I have bought that particular flavor of tea since I was in my 20s, and we all now know I'm not in my 20s. So I've been drinking it for a long time, and I can't remember if it's by Celestial Teas or Bigelow. Anyway, I have never tried Stash before, the brand Stash, and I am loving it. I can really taste the crispness of the apple. Like, it's just really refreshing. I also love the taste of cinnamon, but in my regular brand that I get and have gotten for years, decades, it does have a little bit stronger cinnamon taste. This I really love more, because I love, not only am I tasting the apple, But when you take that bite into a very crisp apple, you know what I'm talking about, that sweet, delicious taste, that's literally the taste you get in this tea. So Kelly, thank you, thank you, thank you. So Jen, you have said to me on many, many occasions, oh, you should know about Tuesday mornings. They're down in your neck of the woods. I had never heard of a Tuesday morning. I had never been in one. I had never seen one. So when we went that Friday, if y'all remember back, when we first skipped movie night for me to ride with my husband and his brother to go move his grandmother out of the nursing home, which she is thriving well at the cousin's house, her granddaughter's house. She's happy. She's had a haircut finally. She no longer is this long-haired grandmama. She's this spiffy, beautiful 94-year-old woman. She's just loving life. But we found a Tuesday morning. We were actually headed into Hobby Lobby because the brother-in-law wanted to treat me to some yarn for Mother's Day because he says he never has really gotten me anything for Christmas and my birthday. So, you know, he had a little bit of extra jingle in his pocket and he wanted to spend it on me and on yarn. And I was like, I'm game. So in the same parking lot, though, in Easley, South Carolina, was a Tuesday morning. So I said, can we please go in and look? Yarn was not a lot. You know, those big apple baskets that you usually get from an apple orchard that you put your apples in. That's the size basket they had. The yarn literally looked like somebody's cat had played in it. And it was so old and scratchy and just rough yarn that, yeah, it wasn't worth, yeah, it wasn't even anything worth buying to show. Because I knew I would never use it. And I surely, if I felt that way, I wouldn't even send it as a giveaway. So I didn't get in anything with crafting. But however, my husband found this and stumbled upon a little section that was like full of candy. And I'm talking about that dime, that nickel, 10-cent dime candy that you used to see like in the general stores. Not in my time either, but, the ones you heard about. But, like the candy cane sticks with all the flavors and just all that old school type candy, the water taffy and whatnot. Well, they had teas and coffees. You guys, I was so amazed. So, again, brother-in-law was wanting to love on me a little bit. And so he did. And my husband has been waiting for me to do some kind of unboxing or whatever, on this stuff because he's been waiting to try it himself. And I see the messages going, so let me check on those real quick. Bree says, thank you, shout put to Mayor for doing an update video letting everyone know you were sick and mending. Yes, I do plan on touching on that, Bree, because I also need to do that with Shirley. So give me just a minute on that. Jen says, yes, Bree. Darla says, I need to get ready for tomorrow morning. I will be sure to watch the live in replay. Thank you for welcoming me here. My friend, you guys, I hope you saw that before I did. Please hug her out. Darla, sleep well, my friend. And if you can, pop in Friday and let us know, how you feel you did on your exam. So we are praying for you. And if it's okay for you, I will, throw you up on the prayer list for our Bible chats to pray for you and to continue praying. Do you have any other exams coming up, or is this just the one? So let us know. But thank you for stopping by. I cannot wait to get to know you better and see you again. Shirley says, have a good evening, Darla. Darla says, good night and happy thoughts. Roseanne says, good night, Darla, hugs. Jen says, thanks for coming by, Darla. Wonderful to have you here. Roseanne says, No worries for tomorrow. God is good and he will take care of you. You said it from your lips to his ears. Yes. Jen says, I can still get that old time candy. My husband loves that old. Now I do too, because I'm more of a hard candy person than I am a chocolate person. And some of y'all are probably going, what? Yes, he loves chocolate too, though. Lots of chocolate. Bree says, we called it penny candy, and I was around for it. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what it was the penny type candy. So, all right, you guys, check out these teas. First of all, look how cute they come wrapped. And it says Tea of Life is what's written on that ribbon. All of those are different flavored teas, all those different color packets. Now, I imagine, well, these right here look the same as these. These are the same as these, but this one's different and this one's different too. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3. So basically 4 different flavors of tea in here. And it does tell you the flavors on the back. Actually, it looks like there is more. Yes, there is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those are not the same, apparently. Oh, they're not. I can see it now. Okay, so there is 48 tea bags in this sweet little box, okay? And let me just tell you what the flavors are. In this one, it's green tea, orange spice, apple harvest, white tea kai, white tea citrus, green tea pomegranate. I do love pomegranate. And black tea vanilla. 48 bags. Are you ready to see the price? This is not a sales price. This is their normal price on it. Can you see that? $3.99. That was a good deal. Okay, well, that was one box. And look also, you guys, look at the cute little box around it. I love flowers. Flowers and butterflies are my thing. But look at how pretty those flowers are. Like, that's just a cute little box. And so you're going to laugh at this, but when I'm done with it, because the bottom does have, you know, writing on it, I will take those sides and I will recycle them and make little gift tag things out of them. But anyway, so speaking of butterflies, here's one with butterflies on it. And the flavors in this one are green tea pomegranate, green tea orange spice, white tea orange blossom, white tea citrus, black tea lemon drop, and black tea forest fruit. And the forest fruit one has strawberry, raspberry, black currant, and cherry in it. And again, it was $3.99 for 48 tea bags. And then they had one more just like this. And this one has like those little poppy flowers around it. Makes me think of the red poppy lady. And these flavors are green tea pomegranate. So some of them are the same in the little gift boxes, but there are some that are different. Green tea passion fruit, white tea black currant, white tea kai, black tea mint julep. I think that's one of the ones my husband's waiting to try. And black tea kai. But anyway, I am so, so excited. So if that wasn't enough, then they had them also in these cool little boxes. And in these boxes, there's 50 tea bags, and they are also $3.99. This flavor is the black tea pomegranate black currant peach. Oh. This is the one I'm excited to try. And all of these are from Tea of Life. That's the name brand of them. I'd never heard of Tea of Life. And it says the New Age Tea. So it says, for centuries, people have enjoyed tea or chamomile as an invigorating and refreshing beverage. Today, the natural, helpful properties of tea are being rediscovered. Black and green tea naturally contain flavorant antioxidants, which may help protect the body from the damage caused by harmful effects of free radicals. Guys, I can't wait to get my new glasses. But anyway, this one, the flavor of it is vanilla coconut. So I'm very excited. That smells good to try that. So yeah. So my husband will be happy that I have finally talked about Tuesday morning and that tea find so that we can jump into those teas. So again, Kelly, thank you for sharing that cinnamon apple tea. I am thoroughly enjoying that. Okay, so back to projects. Before we had our technical issues, and let me just make sure I'm caught up on everybody. Shirley says, so was I. Would love to find it again. Talking about the candy, I believe. Jen says, Shirley, it's not a penny anymore. No, it's not, unfortunately. Okay. For those of you who normally join me for Wednesday on the Hooks, I had been working on a baby blanket using the stay-at-home yarn from Crochet Society's stay-at-home box that came out last March, April-ish. And it had like 8 or 10 skeins of yarn in it. I finished the blanket, and I mentioned on the last time we were together for Wednesday on the Hook, which was 2 weeks ago before I got sick, and I made a comment that I would like to put some kind of applique or iron-on or something on the blanket to kind of just give it more of a little bit of a, you know, pop. And Mayor came back and said something to me in response to that. And it was through that conversation that I was able to share with her that I was sick. And so I do thank Mayor for making a very special video, because I know Mayor has had an extremely busy agenda and has not been able to make videos for herself. But she was able to show her mosaic blankets and get on there and just let everybody know that I was not feeling good. And Shirley as well went on to many of my videos that I had pre-recorded already and was able to get that message out. And so, ladies, please give great big hugs and claps to those two ladies, because I am so thankful and grateful for them getting the word out. And I know, Jen, you also went on, I believe, Granny D's live and mentioned it. And Granny D put me on her prayer list. So thank Jen as well for just getting the word out there, because you know how important you guys are to me. And I didn't for one moment want y'all to think that I just disappeared or something bad had happened, which something good was not happening. But anyway, through that, though, your prayers just helped me so much. So I do want to thank those three ladies for all the efforts they did in getting the message out there that I was under the weather and I needed some prayers. So I thank all three of them for their help. But Mare made a suggestion for that blanket about adding owl eyes to it. And you guys, when she sent me a picture of a blanket that had been done before, I immediately fell in love. And she was like, you know, you don't have to use that idea if you don't like it. Or I'm like, would you hush? I love it. And so it is currently set up on a table out in my living room. The blanket is out and the eyes are positioned, and I hate to say it, but it has sat there now for about 9.5 to 10 days, because I was working on that when I got sick. And all I had left to do when I got sick was sew those owl eyes onto the blanket. So because I'm so close to finishing, I'm going to wait till Friday. So please come join me Friday at 7 o'clock. To see that blanket, because you guys, it is so stinking adorable. And so then that prompted me to make an owl lovey. So I have this cute little owl lovey to go with it. And it's using some of the skeins of yarn that was left over from the blanket. And so it literally matches. And then I took some of the yarn that was also left over from the blanket and made a matching little baby beanie and put the same set of owl eyes that are going on the blanket on the beanie. And you guys, it is so cute. Like so, so cute. So I can't wait to show you that set Friday. All right, so now Yarn Joy Adventures. We've started a new section or segment on kitchen stuff. And we have been making, in the first 2 episodes, dishcloths using scrubby yarn. Well, it was supposed to be this last Sunday, and I apologize, I was sick. But so this coming Sunday is going to be a tutorial using the cotton yarn and making dishcloths using just actual scrubbers. You know, you normally see them like this, but I've got some that are colorful. I got a package of 10 of these. And in the package, it has 5 colors. And these are the 5 colors: red, pink, yellow, blue, and green. And it has 2 of each color in the packet. So you get 10 for $1. So that makes 20 dishcloths with $1 worth of scrubbies. And so you do cut them in half to make your actual dishcloth. Now, as I was trying to say on the other video before, you know, we realized we were having technical issues, I just thought it was going to be simple, and I was just going to crochet around this using the same technique that I use when I make dish towels, and just increase the stitches until it became a big square. That was not as easy as I thought it was going to be, at least not for me. I didn't like it, and I struggled with it before I got sick trying to come up with a pattern. But after I got better, it's like the creative juices were there, and it gave me what I needed. And now I am in love with this. And I'm excited because I've never seen any crochet dishcloth that has incorporated those scrubbers in them in any YouTube video. I have Googled, I have YouTubed and done searches, and I've seen nothing. So I'm excited to be bringing a brand new idea to the Yarny community. And you guys, they're so stinking cute. My husband is even excited about trying. And I'm like, nope, can't touch those just yet because I got to do a tutorial. but I did promise him that I would make one so that he could try it. And so I do have one for him here that he's going to get to try and use tomorrow if he wants. But I wanted to show it to you tonight. But first, I'm going to show you the first one that I ever made. And so this is it right here. I'm going to get that light back out. But is that not cute? And it's just so functional. So you've got the scrubber in the middle to use, and then all the cotton around it. Thank you, Roseanne, for giving claps out to those ladies. I appreciate it. But, oh my gosh, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I absolutely love that. I'm trying to block that light back there out from my subscribe sign because it's showing through. But anyway, I thought that was so pretty. And that was using one of the red scrubbers. Then this was a second one I made. And again, that's using the pink. But I just love that. And just using just this cool little shell pattern all the way around it. And then this was one using the yellow scrubber. And I made a purple one. And then this is using a blue scrubber. And then this is the one I made for Mr. Joyful so he can try it. He likes the color green, so I made him a green one. And I have to admit, I do love that green. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? But, yeah. So, Roseanne says, that is cute. That one is nice. Shirley says, I can't wait. Those others we made were so easy and quick. They were. And I'm going to be honest, this looks like it might be hard, but I promise you, Shirley, it really isn't. The hardest thing is putting the yarn around the scrubber, and it's not hard at all. It's not. The hardest part is the counting. And if you can count up to 8, you're good. So it's not that hard. In fact, to be honest with you, we watched 2 movies and I made these 4 in those 2 movies. And that was with me not even crocheting the whole time. Like I stopped and ate a little snack during that time. So they worked up rather quickly too. Jen says, ooh, I like the pink one. Yes. And that yarn is called Old American Ombre, was the colorway of that yarn. So it was supposed to be kind of a patriotic, but you can see where the maroon kind of left a pinky dye to it. And so it brought it out. Roseanne says, good job. Thank you. I'm real excited. And then the following week, I am doing the last dishcloth, and it will introduce a whole nother scrubber. So I'm praying that it will be as easy as this one became. So tomorrow I will be working on the tutorial for this one. And then hopefully by tomorrow afternoon, I'll get to start playing around with the other one to work for the next Sunday. So I'm excited. And then after that, we'll move into making a couple of dishcloth toppers to show you how to do that. And then I'm excited about some other things that are coming up. So just have to stay tuned. Wow, that is so good. All right. So now I'm going to pull my crochet out and start working on it. And we're going to talk about our question. Before we do, I'm not going to get into it, but I have a book that I will be reviewing. And I think it might, nope, it's right here. It's called the Crochet Stitch Bible. And I'll be doing a book review on that very soon. This was a gift to me, and I'll talk more about that in that video. But I'm going to flip over real quick and show you the stitch that I am creating. So right now, I've decided to do a blanket using this woven stitch right here. Jen says, awesome. Jen says, I'm thinking you should be doing tutorial on your owl projects too. We'll look into that, Jen. So I'm thinking for next year, since I have this fabulous book, that I might start a crochet along blanket, and we'll add a new, like maybe 1 or 2 stitches to the blanket every month. So it'll be a project that'll be easy to do, but put down and not have to pick up again till the next month. But incorporate some of these new stitches that I will be learning from this book. And it's got a lot of them, but I don't want to do the review on it right now, so we'll come back. So I am working right now with some Premier, or some yarn from Premier. That means our time is almost up. And I didn't stick my tongue out at y'all. I just stuck my tongue out and the timer went off. Jen says, is your book an older book? Inherited? No, it was a gift that was just sent to me for Mother's Day. I was going to see when it was published real quick. It was published in 2004. But real quick, it's got over 200 crochet stitches that are explained in full and accompanied with a photograph sample, row by row instructions, and easy to follow symbol charts. But it also has other things in it. But I will be doing a review on this, and that video is scheduled to come out on next Tuesday. So you'll see that next Tuesday. And so the yarn that I've chosen to do that stitch with is from Premier. It's in the Sweet Roll family, and I am using the colorway Spearmint Pop, and that's what it looks like. And so this is what I have accomplished so far. It looks kind of tiny, but it's really not. And so let me hold it a little bit closer so you can see. Hopefully it won't be so blurry. Hopefully you can see that. But all it is using is single crochet and chain 1. And that's it. So literally you have to have an even number of stitches, and then you single crochet in the first stitch, you skip the next stitch, but you do a chain 1. So you do a single crochet, chain 1, skip the next stitch, go into the next stitch and do a single crochet, chain 1, skip the next stitch, go into the next stitch and do a single crochet. So it's a very, very simple pattern. And so as you're doing your single crochets on every row, they will be falling into the chain 1 space. So anyway, I'm in love with it, and I'm in love with these colors, and I don't know why, but they're kind of making me feel like a baby elephant. So I think I'm thinking about putting some kind of elephant applique on this one when I'm done, and making an elephant Lovey to go with it. If not, then I'll do sailboats. But I'm definitely doing this one to be more of a boy blanket, just simply because all the baby blankets I've done as of late have been more girly. And even my owl blanket, it probably could go boy or girl if need be, but I don't know. It's feeling kind of girly to me, but I do think it could be either gender. So, all right. So things real quick. Jen says, that's cool about the book. Roseanne says, nice. Jen says, I like those colors. I know, those are really pretty colors. They're calm. I like that. They're calming colors to me, I think. Jen says the moss stitch. It's similar to the moss stitch, but it's called the woven stitch, is what it came under as in the book. Now they do have one in there that they did call the moss stitch, because I did look at it, and it was in fact really close to the woven stitch. And I was going to see if I can find it really quick. Shirley says, that's beautiful and I love the colors, isn't it? Jen says, ears and a trunk. Ah, yeah, that would be cute. Shirley says, I agree. It does speak elephant. Oh, good. I'm glad y'all are on that. Okay, so while I'm looking for this really quick, a couple things. Like I said, I noticed when I had to sign off for technical difficulties that, you guys, I'm up to 693 subscribers. I'm 7 away from 700. So tell your friends, invite them, please. And then the other thing I want to ask y'all, I don't know what my future holds. Well, I thought they had moss stitch because I was looking at that somewhere. And it's possible, Jen, it's my notes, because I have on my notes several stitches that I want to try. And I know moss is on there. I think the pike stitch is on there. The fan feather stitch is on there. There was a honeycomb stitch that I've been wanting to do, like a shawl out of. So maybe that's where it was. I thought it was in this book, and I'm sure it still is. You know what? Let me go, because somewhere there's a page, I just got to remember where it is, that had all the stitches listed. Maybe it's at the very front. But I don't know what my future is going to hold. And I'm one of these people that I am a consistent creature of habit. Like, I like to be consistent so people know what to expect. So that's why I had been kind of keeping my Wednesday on the hooks, my free crochet time together. Although tonight I did a lot of talking, but we had a lot of catching up to do. Uploaded videos because of the fact I don't know. So here we go. But what it's doing is it's just giving pictures of all the stitches. And then it tells you right here in this little white box what page it's on. So it's not giving it by name until you get to the page. And there's just so much. I can't wait to show y'all this book. Like, the Crochet Stitch Bible is the perfect title for this book. So yes, you'll want to catch that video that's coming out Tuesday. So I guess what I'm getting to is, until that time happens, if y'all understand that, you know, everything has to be up for change, you know, that may happen. My question is, would you rather me still do Wednesday on the Hook as an uploaded video? And we never even got to our question, so we'll take a few minutes to do that real quick. As an uploaded vehicle. Y'all, I want to drive so bad. He's laughing at me. As an uploaded video that still comes out at 4 o'clock on Wednesdays? Or would you be okay for now, knowing that it may only be temporary for a while until I am released to go back to work, wherever and whatever that may be, to meeting at 8 o'clock live, and we talk about a question like we do on Wednesday on the Hook. And this time we'll start it from the get-go because we'll have live interaction and crochet together for an hour from 8 to 9. Somebody posted a video for me to watch. Yeah. So tell me, because I'm open for suggestions. As long as y'all are understanding that if, you know, when the time comes and I get to go back to work, that I may have to stop the lives at that time. If you're okay with that, how do you feel? You know, would Wednesdays at 8, because I don't know everybody else's lives and I don't want to take you from somebody else's. So if you're normally on a live for somebody at this time, then tell me, because I'm so respectful to that. And maybe it's a video that I should be going and checking out. So talk to me. Because sometimes I do get consumed with making videos that I don't get to always get out there and listen to videos. Now, I'll be honest, last night, as I worked in the studio and did several different things in between recording, I did watch several videos, and those folks know who they are because I commented on every single one of them, just so that they know that I had been there and I had watched it from beginning to end. And I learned some things about some of my new subscribers even too. And that was fun and exciting. So love the 10 non-yarny things that's going around. And I do plan on doing something like that, but I was planning on doing it long before it started under my Joyful Life segment. But I already have a couple things that are airing. So maybe in a month or two that'll come out. But anyway, let's see what you guys are saying. Okay. Hello, Teresa. Teresa's here with us, guys. Say hello to her. You probably already have. Congratulations. Thank you. And Roseanne says, hi, Teresa. Jen says, hi, Teresa. Teresa says, hello. Shirley says, hello, Teresa. Teresa says, hello. Shirley says, hey, one of my kids is here, so I need to go. Yes to live. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you so much for all your help in getting the message out that I was sick, and to have everybody just wait patiently for me to come back. I appreciate that. Go enjoy your child. Gotta love on the kiddos. I don't care how big they get, how grown they are. Kiddos come first every single time. Jen says, bye, Shirley. Thank you, Jen, for wishing and hugging her out. Shirley says, love you all. Good night. Good night, my sweet friend. And Roseanne says, good night, Shirley. Thank you, Roseanne. Live is good, Roseanne says. Teresa says, hello, and has a waving hand emoji. So, yeah, if y'all are okay with that, we'll just start going live from 8 to 9, 9:15-ish, and just crochet. Like there will be nothing scheduled. Only thing is I'll have to come with a question. So let's go ahead and ask a question. And I'm trying to remember what the question was. Oh, yeah, because it's already in the description box. Because I stayed up exactly 24 hours yesterday working in the studio, my question for you is, What is the longest time frame that you have gone, or okay, what is the longest time you've gone without sleep and why? That was the exact question. What is the longest time you've gone without sleep and why? And if we're going to do this, and if whatever I do going forth allows us to continue this, you guys, I will look into that StreamYard. I will look into that so that, or Zoom or something like that, so that you guys can actually come up and talk. So if you want to come up and answer the question, yourself and talk to everybody, you can. I will do that, but I have to make sure that, that's if we can do this permanently. And I don't know, I may do my research and may surprise y'all, because I would love for y'all to be able to do that. I really, really would. Like, that would be so awesome cool. So, and I've got several friends who use it, so I'm sure that they would be willing to help educate me so that I can do that. But anyway, I will look into that and we'll talk about that next week. All right. What's the longest time you've gone without sleep and why? And we'll spend a few minutes on that and then we will call it a night. It has been so great to be back here with you. And I do ask, if you haven't already, to give me a thumbs up for this video. I would appreciate all the thummies that I can get. Teresa says 36 hours and was on the road. Was that for, and you only always share only what you want to. Teresa, was that for business or pleasure? So my answer is, I honestly don't know the amount of hours, but I can tell you what was going on. My youngest son was in the third overnight stay of a hospital. And at this point, we were probably about 9 days in when he got admitted to the third hospital. Literally, he would get released from a hospital and put into another hospital and released from that hospital. And we were finally in the children's hospital. He was 16 years old. He had been coughing up blood and they didn't know why. We had done ultrasounds and MRIs and, you name it. And they literally could not figure out what was wrong with him, where the blood was coming from, why he was bleeding, nothing. And so I literally was up during the day with him. And whenever he was sleeping, I was on my computer doing my hotel work, preparing contracts and emailing them out to groups. And I literally was going without sleep. And in fact, that's how I discovered my diabetes. When he finally got released and sent home 4 days later from that hospital, he came home on a Saturday night, and I went to work at the hotel physically on that Monday. And within that day, I literally dropped to the floor. I could not walk anymore. I had nothing. And went to one of the housekeepers actually took me to an urgent care, and the doctor there, anyway, we'll never go to him again, but he basically told me I had 2 weeks to live, and my A1C was like 15. It was a little over 1,500, and it was very high, very high. So I am happy to tell you today that after taking my A1C, but my blood sugar, not my A1C, my blood sugar was over 1500, but I took it today and it was actually 93. Huge difference from then. So anyway, and I found out on February 13th that I was a diabetic. So yeah, I always associate it with Valentine's Day, which is the worst day of the year because that's my favorite holiday to get candy. Like I love sweet tarts and stuff like that that come out at Valentine's Day. But yeah, so I have officially been diagnosed as a diabetic 4 years this past Valentine's. And I'm happy to tell you that on April 27th, when I went and saw the surgeon and then went and saw my primary doctor, she said that my A1C and all my levels across the board, my cholesterol, you know, all of that, magnesium, everything was the best it's ever been. So I'm a pretty healthy girl. I just got to learn to walk. All righty, let's see. Oh, wow. Teresa says she got lost on a trip. Oh, wow. Jen says, not too long. I need my sleep because I don't get enough. I once fell asleep at our local racetrack. Oh, my goodness. That was being really tired because racetracks are loud. Like Todd and I have gone to a racetrack in Mooresville when I worked for the hotel. And that was amazing, but it was loud. So, but you know what? That vroom, vroom, or in ours, it was a drag strip. So it was going like, but over and over, I can see where that could get actually calming, you know, and put you to sleep. Because some people hate the train when they come to stay with me. You can hear this train in the middle of the night because we have a train track that runs right through our neighborhood. And they're like, oh my gosh, you didn't tell me about the train. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that train puts me to sleep. Like, that's my buddy. Woot woot. Oh, bless your heart, Jen. Mare, hello, hello, hello. Mare says hi. Jen says, hi, Mare. Roseanne says hi, Mare. Mare says, who was that? Mare says 93 is great. 93 is great. What do you mean? Who was that? The which son was in the hospital? My youngest, Andrew. Maybe that's what you're asking me. It was on Andrew. But he's fine. I mean, just as quickly as that episode moved in and started happening to him, it just one day just left. We were still waiting on results of some other tests, and the doctors were setting up other tests for him. They were setting up for him to go see like a gastroenterologist or something, and you know, our gastro doctor, and there were other doctors they were setting up for him to go see, and they were even talking about sending him to a special clinic in Charleston. And then just one day we noticed that it stopped. No more coughing, and there was no blood. And it was never like in his stool or anything. It was always coming out through the mouth. So like in like a phlegm or something. But so we never did figure out. And that's been, well, he's 22 now. That happened when he was 16. So that was like 6 years ago. But I'm assuming that's who you were talking about. But anyway, so, but yes, Mayor, 93 is great. I'm very, very happy about that. So, yeah. But I know you and I've talked on the phone, and I've had an opportunity to thank you. But we were talking earlier, and I just want to continue to thank you and Jen and Shirley for getting the message out that I had been sick. I really appreciate. I know how busy your schedule has been, and I know that you've had a lot going on, and to make that video, it really did mean a lot to me. So I just humbly thank you over and over for your friendship. So Mara says, hey, Jen and Roseanne and everyone. Roseanne says, nothing but the Lord took it away. That is right, Roseanne. That is so right. Excuse me. You guys, I cannot wait to pick up my new glasses. Saturday. Ugh. If my husband gets out of work early Friday, maybe we can go sneak and get them real quick before the live. Jen says, thanks, Mayor, for the prayers for Cynthia video. Yes, thank you again. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Jen, for thanking her for that. Mayor says, wow. Mayor says, hopefully you also got a few new subscribers too. I did. Let me just tell you. So let me think again, because my days have kind of run together, but today is Wednesday. So 2 weeks ago from last Saturday, so 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 days ago, I was sitting with a subscriber count of 666. I was like, yep, this can't happen. Don't want to lose anybody. So I had to gain somebody. So I was on Veronica, Still the Show, Crochet and Chefs, live, and I said, V, can I please ask for one subscriber to get me off the devil's number? And so she said yes. So I put my link out there, and I did get a couple subscribers. But then I got sick, and when I got up this morning and looked, I was at 691. We had some technical difficulty at the beginning of this video and had to stop and come back. And when it clicked over, I'm at 693. So I would say that I did get some new subscribers. So thank you. I am 7 away from 700. So I'm very, very excited. So I would love, if the hospital doesn't work out, to make this my new job, but I'm not sure I'm going to quite make it there, but it would be nice. I think it will take some time. So I'm really praying that I would maybe find a job that would allow me to work day hours and maybe get off by 5 or 6. And depending on travel time, still be able to make it home by 7:30, 8 o'clock to be able to come on and do more lives than uploaded videos. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I'm really going to start, especially since I'm feeling better, I'm going to start looking into some things. And I'm not a prideful girl. So, you know, if our local grocery store would take me as a cashier, and as long as my doctor gives me the A-OK to stand on a rubber mat, that would have to be my only stipulation, I would do that. You know, I'm at a point in my life where I've been in some form of leadership or management since I was 16 years old. I will be turning 52 this year. I am so ready. Like, I have thoroughly enjoyed the last 3 years at the hospital, having somebody else be my boss. Like, I've really loved having a boss. I mean, not that I have bosses in management positions, because you do, but I'm okay being somebody's little servant girl. You know, you tell me what to do and I do it. I'm ready for that. So, but I wish we had, you know what? It still would be at least another year, though. Speaking of which, I got some little news. I don't know how, like, in stone it is, because in our sweet, beautiful town that welcomes folks from everywhere, we tend to think we're going to get something, and then we don't, because the people selling the land want more money than what they originally say and all this politics. But if everything goes like they say it is, we have 2 new stores coming to our sweet little town. One is a Harbor Freights, which doesn't make my heart skip a beat, but the second one does. It would be our very own Ollie's. I would work for an Ollie's. Yep. All right. Mare says, I also mentioned it in Granny D's channel. Oh, thank you so much, Mare. I appreciate that a lot. A lot. So, Roseanne says, that's nice. Wouldn't that be? Mm-hmm. I would love to work for a craft store. I'd be spending all my money right back into it, but oh my gosh. But yeah, I am going to have to take some time and start really investing in looking at job opportunities and what I can do with the rest of my life. So, I am moving out of short-term disability and into long-term disability. They called me Monday, as a matter of fact, and I spent a good couple hours on the phone with them and getting my application filled out over the phone, and then spending the rest of the day trying to get in touch with the surgeon's office so that they could get my medical records released over to disability. But just because I'm going to long-term disability does not mean that it's permanent, because, as I said before, I have now, for Mare and Bree and all of them that have come on since we talked about it, I can take up to 15 to 20 steps by myself before I tire out and have to sit down and rest. So I am building up stamina, and that's by myself. Like no walker, no cane, nothing. So like I may skip from walker to walking, not walker, cane, walking. So I'm so excited. And I start outpatient next Wednesday. So that is great. My appointments are at 4 o'clock. So from 4, so I may come in here tired, y'all, on Wednesdays, but my appointments are from 4 to 4:45. So yeah, but they're going to work me. Like they're going to put me on the big time equipment. None of this, stretching my knees and bouncing on my toes and kicking my leg out. I won't be doing like bicycles and treadmills and all that to build that leg up. So I'm going to be a tired pup. I'll really come in here with a southern drawl. Let's see. Jen says Ollie isn't a craft store. No, Ollie's is not a craft store. It is almost like a better Big Lots. Like, oh, I shouldn't have probably said that, because I like Big Lots. And in fact, I've gotten several things from Big Lots lately that I really, really am enjoying. But no, Ollie's is not a craft store. They do sell yarn from time to time, but it has so much more. From food to clothing to, you're right, it's not a craft store, but it's a better than a Walmart store, that's for sure. Mare says Harbor Freight has many craft-worthy items. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't, but, and nothing to Harbor Freights, but if we were going to bring in a store that started with an H, a Hobby Lobby would be like amazing. Oh, hands down, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I would be the first one signed up to get an application if they brought a Hobby Lobby here. What?
paying you in yarn.
Mr. Joyful says they would end up paying me in yarn. uh, Jen says it's odds and end closeouts. Yes, it is. Roseanne says Ollie has yarn too. Yes, it does. And I'm going to tell you what, I like the yarn. I'm looking because I've got some Ollie yarn over here and I've got some Ollie yarn over there that I just don't have room to put there. And I love it. In fact, the yarn that I got from Ollie's, and again, it's already on closeout, but they had a sale. So I really paid like nothing for this yarn. And I got lots of red sparkle and white red heart sparkle and gray red heart sparkle and some black red heart sparkle because of Christmas projects that I want to eventually, introduce on my channel. So this year has been such a setback that I don't know how much Christmas stuff I'm going to get to actually prepare and do for this year. But if not, it's all on for next year, for sure. Mare says they have nice storage, also mats that can be used for blocking. Yes, they do. In fact, I haven't got my mats for blocking from there. I do need to get some more, so that's a good idea. I will check into that. Also from them, I got some plastic canvas stuff that I have put away in the armoire because eventually one day, one of the projects that I want to do kind of as like a crochet along, uh, or I don't know that it would be so much a crochet along as just a work together. Maybe that's going to be a good Wednesday on the hook thing coming up before too long. But I want to make pom-pom rugs. So that would require us to make lots of pom-poms and then put them onto the canvas to make a rug. And oh, I'm excited for that. I definitely want to make one of those for little Violet for her room one day when she's a little bit older and can enjoy it. Roseanne says Ollie's has y'all, I cannot wait to get my new glasses. Ollie's has something supply soft and wool ease. I think she's trying to say soft and wool yarn. Teresa says the bicycle is a workout. Yes, it is. Well, I told Holland that, on my mountain bike that I have, because I love to go bike riding, that my husband has bought a mount for me. So during the winter months, I can mount the bike in the house and it's like a stationary bike. But the only reason he doesn't want me using that is because even though I'm gaining some strength in my leg and I can take those steps, my balance is still not where it needs to be. And so on the mount, it raises it up. And the climbing on and off with an unsteady balance, he would be afraid for me. So anyway, but nonetheless, you're so correct, Teresa. That bicycle alone is going to wear me out. And I've seen the one that they have in this particular physical therapy facility because it's the same one that the surgeon sent me to before he scheduled my surgery. And I've seen their workout equipment that they have in there. But anyway. So yes, I will come dragging in here. Mare says, no Ollie's in New Jersey. Oh, I am so sorry. Because that is like an amazing store. When I worked for the hotel, oh my gosh, I found all kinds of office supplies, I was always doing stuff to boost employee morale. And so, oh my gosh, I bought tons of stuff from Ollie's to do that. And it was anything from, physical stuff that they could use to, sodas and candy bars and crackers and, stuff. And oh my gosh, they loved it. I mean, who doesn't love having employee morale boosted? And then I did stuff for special departments. Every month was a certain department in the hotel was recognized. So I would do something for that. And then, holidays, I would do things. Every now and then I would have some kind of game that I would set up like in the lobby, and the, employees and the guests could play. And then there might be like little, giveaway things and whatnot. But it was a lot of fun. I loved my job, but, life calls for us to move on at certain times, and it was my time. Jen says, I got those colors except that the red, but also brown and green sparkle. Oh, cool. I did find, or excuse me, Mr. Joyful found, because he was like, because I was in a wheelchair the last time. I was in a wheelchair the last time we were in there, so I couldn't get into the bins. He was literally climbing in waist deep over into those bins for me. Talk about dedication. But he found these colors, and they were fall colors, and they were beautiful. It was a variegation, and I can't even remember who the brand was. I don't think it was Red Heart, but they were purple, deep, dark, rich, more on the, fall, because they were darker colors, but it was purple. Excuse me. It was purple and kind of like orange and green, maybe brown, but just rich, pretty colors. So, but I don't know which bag that was in, but those are pretty. I'll have to pull those out and look, Jen. Roseanne says, Caron Simply Soft Wool Ease Yarn. Oh, wow. I have not seen it. I love Caron Simply Soft. That's like one of my favorites. No, I say that, but I don't know too many yarns I don't like. I don't like the old Red Heart. That I will tell you. I don't miss that one bit. That scratchy, just, you could kill a fly with yarn. Oh no, I don't miss that scratchy Red Heart. The older, I love the new Red Heart, but I don't love that old Red Heart. But there's not much yarn I don't like. And I'm so excited. I made my first online premiere order, my first online yarn order, period. Mother's Day. And oh my gosh, I've got yarn I've never ever tried before. Oh wow, I just realized I don't have my wedding rings on. I took them off when I got so sick because I was burning up and I didn't like anything on me. And then I'd get sweating and stuff. And oh my gosh, I haven't worn my wedding band in a week now, maybe, honey. And I've forgotten to put it back on, and just kind of carefree there. But I'm excited because I got a bunch of yarn that I've not tried before. And speaking of yarn, I was going to do a small little video on it, but no better time like the present. Let me grab it real quick. My brother-in-law bought me some yarn for Mother's Day. Again, he said he's never really done anything for Christmas and birthday for me. So I am just so appreciative of this, because this was some expensive yarn. And you guys, I've never done anything for myself. So this yarn will actually make something for me. And there's 3 colors. So I'm trying to make sure I get the 3 colors out. Okay. So I'll tell you what I'm hoping to make with these yarns, not together, like separately. He got me 3 skeins of each. So we'll see. We'll see how it starts working up, because I think it's only a medium 3 or a light 3. Oh, no, it's actually a fine 2. So you know what? I'll probably have to eventually get more, but we'll see. There's 524 yards in each of these. There are 7 ounces. It's 90% cotton, 10% polyester. But it's by Yarn Bee. It's $8.99 a skein. Now that's a lot more than I would normally spend on a skein. Just saying. But it's Yarn Bee. It's called Wrapology Hues. And so let me show you the 3 colors that I loved. But before I do, I'm going to tell you what I want to make with them. I would like to make, I'm already trying to design one now, but it would use Red Heart or Simply Soft Yarn, Caron Simply Soft Yarn, something like that. But it's a vest. It's sleeveless, but it doesn't stop at the waist. It would be one of those that would go down to about the mid-calf. And the way I'm trying to design that one in the back is it would have like kind of like a zigzag pattern as it wraps around the body. And it would have an alternating, strip of color like that, and then another one and so forth. So it's like a kind of a solid color. And then in the back, it has these little zigzags of different colors that are like the accent colors. And anyway, that would be perfect to wear with jeans or to be more dressy or whatever. So I'm working on that design. On this, I want it to be the same, but I want to be more of a kind of airy, lacier type long vest that could also be worn with jeans or more, in a more dress up situation. But they're designed more for spring and summer. And so that's what I want to do with these yarns. So with all that being said, let me show you the colors. So the first color is called Passion Flower. And hopefully you can see that. Oh yeah, there it goes. Isn't that pretty? But I just love that. But it is a little bit thinner than I really realized, but that's okay. That would still be pretty. So that's a fine 2. But oh my gosh, it's worth playing around with and giving a go. But that is so pretty. And then the next color is very similar, but it is different. It's called April Bouquet. And I'm going to show you this one, and then I'll put them together so you can kind of see how different they are. But this is that one. So now let me put them together so you can see them. So you can see they're different. This one has almost more purple, greens, and oranges and yellows in it. And this one has more pink and blues and purple and red and turquoise in it. But this one is called Jeweled Dragonfly. And this is my favorite one. Are you ready? Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh. I could just see wearing this with jeans. But it's got pink and purple and like a hot pink, purple and white. But, oh, there you can really see some more. But this is what it looks like. It's called Yarn Bee Wrapology Hues. You can see how expensive it is, $8.99. And so 3 times 3, he got me 9 of those. I mean, I'm just so thankful. But again, 7 ounces, 200 grams, 524 yards, 90% cotton, 10% polyester. But yeah, I had never seen anything like that, and I fell in love with it. So if I don't end up with enough and I can't find more, then I would be happy with a wrap out of them, because that would still be pretty with jeans. So of course, when I say wrap, I'm talking about like a shawl. Roseanne says, wow, so nice, very different. Yeah, I'd never seen anything like it. So I was excited. I mean, I was going to walk out with nothing. And he was like, well, you can get something. He did get me something else. I can't really get it. Todd, can you come here for just a minute? I think he was just itching to spend money on me, and I was going to let him. I'd been sitting in a truck all day that day crocheting, but nonetheless. Can you hear me that little sign that Sam bought me, and I can show it to him, and then I'll get you to put it right back. So originally this is what he picked up to get me, and I was trying to tell him, that's okay, you don't have to do it, but he insisted. And anyway, and then the yarn, but it says Yarn Queen. He just felt like I had to have that. And so he stuck it up on the shelf over there, which right now I can't get to. But anyway, eventually we'll have to get it somewhere behind me where you can actually see it. But right now it would get kind of lost over there on those shelves. But yeah, I thought that was sweet. So anyway. Thank you, Lovey. Mare says, very pretty. Thank you. Mare says, would make a lovely shawl. They really would. And I don't know, they might make a better shawl than they would that vest thing that I'm talking about. I might have to look into something that's a little bit thicker weight to do the vest in, because I'm a big girl, so it would take a lot of yarn love and a fine too to make that. So we'll see. So Teresa says, very pretty. Mare says, how many yards in each? Again, it's about 500, I think, 524 yards. I don't know if that will zoom in for y'all, for you to see. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Jen says, ooh, I like that last one. Yeah, that purple, this purple, it is beautiful, isn't it? Mare says, wow, a lovely gift. Mare says, laugh out loud. Roseanne says, aw. Teresa says, I have to get things ready for tomorrow. Another day at work. I hope y'all have a good week. That's okay, Teresa. We are actually going to close off. I was not intending on staying on longer than 9:30, but I have enjoyed being with you guys. I miss you so much. Cannot wait for Friday. So hugs out to you, Teresa. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time with us. And Roseanne says good night to you. Jen says bye, Teresa. Have a good night. Roseanne says come back again. Yes, thank you, Roseanne. Yes, Teresa, come spend some more time with us. Come spend some time Friday if you can. Saturday, Cup to Hook Conversations is a little bit more structured. And then, oh my gosh, movie night at 9 o'clock is very laid back. And right now we're just finishing out our episodes. And even if you don't watch Longmire, you can still come hang with us and have some fun. And oh my gosh, we'll soon be starting a new series. So I encourage you to join us, even if you only watch the show and don't make the projects, that is fine. But either way, we have folks that come hang out with us week after week. They've not watched the show. They play along, and it's just a lot of fun. Just laid back joy. Oh, wow. There's a title for you on something. Laid back joy. I have to remember that. Joy's the word, y'all. Mare says you could add a strand of neutral and then you'd have your 4-way. Ooh, a strand of Lion Brand Luscane would work. Bingo. See, y'all, Mare she is my backup. She's my rock. She's the one I was telling you that gave me the idea about the owls, and y'all are going to love that when I show you on Friday. It is so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. So it's funny because my oldest son, I was just showing him. I'm like, you want to see your mama's new creation? And he said, yeah. And so I was showing him, and he's like, oh, she'll love that. And I was just like, I didn't do it for Violet. I did it for a future grandbaby. So I was like, well, if I made her a Lovey, would she be able to play with it? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'll work on a Lovey. They got her into Winnie the Pooh right now, so maybe I'll try and make a Winnie the Pooh Lovey for Violet. But yeah, this set's for a future grandbaby. Because after last week, I realized how quickly things can change in an instant. And I do want to make sure that I leave some things behind for grandbabies that I have yet to meet, just in case. They'll know who their Lolly was. All right, let's see. So good idea, Mayor. Very, very excellent idea. Jen says, laid back joy. Write that down. I know, right? That was pretty cool. So speaking of which, Jen, you're absolutely right, because the way my brain works. But I like that. Laid back joy. That sounds like a title for a live if I work days. Laid back joy. I do like that. We'll put that right there so we won't lose it. All right. Well, ladies, I have thoroughly enjoyed this. We have been on way longer than I intended, which is fine. When time flies like that, they say time flies when you're having fun, and I am a firm believer in that. But I do want you to come back on Friday and just hang out with me and spend some time. It is so good to be back in good health and in the land of the living and crocheting and just loving life. So thank you for joining me. And I think we'll give this a go again next Wednesday. So for now, I plan on coming back live at 8 o'clock next Wednesday. And we will try to set our timer and stick to it and leave our long nights to Friday. But, oh my gosh, I've enjoyed this. Anybody else have anything they want to say? I do ask, if you haven't already, please give me some thummies on this video. I would really, really appreciate that love and support. And yeah, if you're not busy, come join me on Friday at 7 p.m. and again at 9 p.m. So I love you guys. Take care. Thank you again for coming and hanging out with me. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Oh, I've missed those. I know I've been giving them in the Morning Joy blogs. I do appreciate every one of you that has commented on those and let me know how much you appreciate them. It has really made a difference. So I am very excited about continuing to do those Morning Joy blogs. And you know the rule. Be joyful, stay safe, stay crafty in your own way, and make your own joyful creations. I love you guys. Good night.